オムラジ英語チャンネル
ナンバー48、実は初デートでまさかの〇〇事件、正直すぎる男に女性ドン引き。今日の英語フレーズ。
It's a long shot.
意味は、望みは薄いけどね。このフレーズはうまくいくとは思えないけどやってみる価値はあるみたいな時によく使われる。会話で軽く自虐的に望みは薄いけどという時にも便利な表現。もともとは射撃やスポーツの遠距離からの狙いから由来が来ており、命中しにくいということが成功の望みが薄いという意味で使われるようになった比喩表現です。では例文を見てみましょう。
I know it's a long shot, but I'm going to apply for that job in New York.
望みは薄いけどニューヨークのあの仕事に応募してみるよ。
That idea sounds like a long shot.
そのアイデアはうまくいくとは思えないな。
耳の穴かポジって聞けよ。てめえら。はじめっぞ。
I feel really bad for the guy who's on the phone to do a second date update today. Really? Not only bad, but I'm also impressed by his bravery. I read his email about what happened on his date, and I'm frankly surprised that he would be willing to tell this story to anybody, let alone do it on a radio show.
Yes.
Matt, how you doing?
Man, I got a weird mix of emotions because I feel like I'm throwing a Hail Mary here, and I know it's a long shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The description of what happened on your date is amazing to me. And like I said, I commend your bravery for being willing to talk about this.
I mean, this is like I've lived a life where I've done embarrassing things. This has got to be the most embarrassing
That bad?
that I can think of.
Why don't you tell your story there, Matt?
All right. So, I meet this really, really nice girl online.
Uh-huh.
Name's Amanda, and we agreed to go to this restaurant. And the whole deal was there's a seasonal festival going on I really wanted to go to. I was like, this would be so much fun. So I just kind of picked a restaurant near the festival because I wasn't sure we were going to get to eat. I didn't want to be hungry at this festival. I just wanted to be in a good mood. So we go, and it's great. It's my kind of place, laid back. It's got good food and big portions. I like big portions. So
I love how men pick restaurants. You don't have to dress up, and I can eat a lot.
well, I wanted to see because she kept saying, all our profile and stuff like that, she's laid back and just like to have fun. And, I was hoping that translated to just like to eat. And we ordered cheesy fries. They were massive. She dug in with me, it was, oh, good, cool, it's going to be fun. We can, eat together.
I want to get to what happened and the reason why you think she's not calling you back.
Yeah, but hold on. I didn't even tell you about the steak. The steak was incredible. I really thought this was going to be an average steak. You don't understand. I went back and shook hands with the chef. That's how good the steak was. Wow. This was incredible. Whoa. I have not had a steak at a restaurant this good for the price.
Were you excited about your date?
Is this a second date or a commercial for this restaurant?
I'm just telling you, this was the one good part. And sometimes I'll go on dates and I'll love the food and I'll feel shamed by my date. But she didn't do that. She was just like, yeah, cool, I like a guy who can eat.
Why are you eating so much food? Jeez.
All right, because I hadn't eaten all day, and it's a festival. We're going to walk around a long time. I didn't want to just be hungry, while we're at the festival. 'Cause I can get kind of grumpy. So I wanted to be on my A game and fill my belly.
Oh my God, chili cheese fries and steak is already enough.
Hey, I didn't even tell you about the dessert.
My God.
So we get one of those giant, ice cream brownie sundae things.
Oh my
And
gosh.
all I'm going to say, I know you don't want me to, go on and on and on, but, oh my gosh, that whipped cream, it was I don't know, it was like there was a group of people in the back that were making it by hand, and that was their only job, was just to make this whipped cream. I mean,
After reading your email, how in the world can you still be talking about the food with the situation that happened after you ate?
I want to know what happened.
You do want to know what
I
happened.
just need to understand, I was so happy. This is the happiest I've been on a date at this point.
All right.
And so, that's why. So, we ate. This is great. Let's go. So, it's just we're walking. I start, I start burbling. My stomach starts burbling. I'm like, oh, no, I got to go. I should have gone. There's, we're kind of far from the restaurant now.
Uh-huh.
Just, want to keep moving. And I didn't really want to say anything. You know what I mean? I just didn't feel comfortable yet saying, oh, I just got to drop a giant deuce, So,
Yeah, it's usually bad first date etiquette to bring that up.
Yes.
I didn't want to do that. So, we walked by this department store, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to buy a gift for one of my coworkers. I'll just go in here real quick because it's tomorrow. It's my only chance if I don't buy it now. So I knew I'll just be in and out real quick. And so I go in, and the bathroom is on, the 5th floor. It's, escalators. So I'm, running up the escalators, like, carefully, because now I'm at the point where it's very sensitive and I can just lose it all.
Oh my God.
Any second I can feel it. And so I'm just
So much
so
graphic
careful.
detail.
You know, like that run you do when you're trying to be careful not to spill it?
Yeah.
So
I don't.
I get up there. I get to the fifth floor. I'm so excited. And there's a guy with a mop and he's cleaning. And he's like, "You're not coming in here." Oh, no. And then, like, there's, the woman's bathroom. I can go in the woman's bathroom, but, like, a woman goes in, and I'm not going to go in while there's a woman in there. That's just so...
You don't need, like, assault charges or indecency charges on your first date.
So I'm like, okay, I can hold it a little bit longer. So I run and clinch down. I'm running and clinching. I'm going down the escalators. I run out the front. She's like, "What are you doing? Are you done?" I was like, "I gotta go. I'll be right back." And I'm like running back to the restaurant. It's like, you know what? I paid there. I can go. I can use the bathroom. And by the time I get to the restaurant, I got a pretty good sprint coming on. And everything I have to hold this in. I burst the door open. It knocks over this old man. The old man falls to the floor. I don't stop. Someone says, "He knocked over an old man." I don't have time to apologize or stop. I go to the bathroom, and I just go in. And I'm like a sweating, heaving mess of shame. And I sit there on the pot, and I just I destroyed that bathroom.
Oh my God.
I was disgusted by myself on so many levels. And I'm sitting there, and it's like taking so long. I just wanted to go fast, like 15 minutes, which is such a long time.
Especially after you've run up to the top of a department store and then sprinted back down, sprinted by your date, and she's like, "Where are you going?"
So yeah, she's texting me. She's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" It's like, "It's fine. I'll be right back. And I was like, I'm good. I'm like done. And I stand up and I look at my pants and I had splattered my pants in the process.
What?
And I was like, this is not going to work.
Did you just say
Disgusting.
I don't get it. You didn't realize that you pooped your pants before you went into the bathroom?
I was in a dark place. I don't know how to explain. This is not like a normal situation.
We'll do it after this song. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, hang on, man.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Amanda, please?
this is.
Hello, Amanda. How are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. We host a morning radio show, and one of our listeners actually emailed us about you to see if we could get you on the phone.
About me?
Mm-hmm. It's called the second date update. Basically, if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back after the date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. I think we kind of know what went wrong on your date. But I could be wrong.
Okay.
The guy that emailed us, his name is Matt.
He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did.
I can't even imagine why.
Yeah, he said that he really enjoyed your date.
Well, that's pretty interesting, because he's the one that ditched me, so I'm not really sure.
Amanda, what if I told you that he had a really good reason for having to leave your date?
I don't think there is a good reason. There's pretty much nothing that could make me say, "Oh, that makes sense."
Really? I think if you heard his story, you might actually be happy that he didn't come back to you.
I can't even imagine that there is some excuse good enough for him ditching me, leaving me standing there by myself to find my own ride home.
Well, why don't I let him tell you? Because he's actually on the other line listening and then wants to talk to you because he feels really bad about what happened on your date.
Right now.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Matt?
Hi, Amanda.
What do you want?
I just want to apologize and explain what happened because I know that it seems like I ditched you and I didn't ditch you.
Matt, you did ditch me. I was standing there for a very long time by myself, and that means that you ditched me.
No, I know. Like, I've been ditched lots of times before, and I understand what it feels like. It's terrible. I feel that way. I had an emergency, and I didn't know how to explain it at the time. There wasn't a way that would have been
Okay,
bad.
it was weird
So
enough
stop.
that you left me standing there to go buy a present or whatever, and then you came back and ran right past me.
Yeah.
What's your emergency? I can't even understand why this... What's your emergency?
Okay, so remember when we were at the restaurant, how much food I ate?
Yes, I
I ate
do.
a lot of food.
Lot of food.
Okay. Yeah. So I hadn't eaten all day, and so I had to go, like, worse than I ever have in my life. Completely unprecedented. Did not know how to
Like
deal
to
with
the
it.
bathroom?
to the bathroom. I'm trying to be polite. To the bathroom. Number 2, I had to go, like, emergency, like, code red.
Okay, so as adults,
yeah.
You couldn't say, like, when we're in the restaurant, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
But, see, I didn't have to go at that point. I only had to go when we were walking. So I was like, I got to go now. And
we passed a coffee shop. You could have said, let's grab a coffee and gone to the bathroom there.
I know.
We're not in second grade. I don't understand why you couldn't have just handled it.
I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Turn you and be like, hey, I'm about to crap my pants. I'm on a first date with you. You know, I didn't want to, like, I didn't know. Maybe I think that was.
I definitely appreciate that you didn't say that, but you could have said something. You could have done anything. Hey, let's go in here together and run away to the bathroom.
What do you, I wouldn't ask you to come into the bathroom while I have to do that. That's like.
Okay, Matt. Okay. I'm not trying to be so literal here. I'm just saying we could have gone into the building structure at the same time, so I wasn't standing outside on the street wondering where you were.
That would have made sense. That would have made much more sense.
It was really upsetting. I was having a good time, and I was so frustrated. Then I was cold. Then I got embarrassed because I was completely ditched. I went through so many emotions in that half an hour that should never happen on a first date.
I know. I went through a lot of emotions too, and I feel terrible.
So you're the victim of this whole thing? I'm the one that was
No,
there.
you're the victim. I'm sorry. No, you're the victim. My emotions don't matter. That's not the point.
You're the one that had the issues. I was ditched. I'm the one that went home and told my friends I will never do internet dating again because look what this guy did to me. I'm the one.
You know what? I figured that. I figured you were probably telling your friends, and that's fine. You should tell everyone. I understand that. I want to go on another date with you, and I don't care if that's the story that always gets told.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh, my God.
And I had to go home.
Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm talking to a child right now.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, well, sometimes, and I've never said this out loud, but sometimes it's better to lie than give that many details.
So, Amanda, you'd prefer...
I mean, I don't know that about you, so, this is how I figured that out. I don't know. I know that.
I would rather anything but knowing that you... I can't even say it. Like, come on.
Amanda, that's what happened. Hey, at least he's honest. You know that. He told us about your date. Said that he loved going out with you. He really enjoyed it and thought you were awesome. But he had an unfortunate situation where his body was not working with him. And he kind of ruined his pants. And he tried to go home and do this all in a timely manner. But at that point, you were done.
I don't even tell you. I knocked down an old man, too, when I opened the door. And everyone... hated me. Everyone hated me.
Crapped your pants.
I'll tell you everything.
You crapped your pants. You knocked an old man down. You ditched a girl you claimed to be having a good time with. And you never communicated any of this with anybody. I'm going to say you have some issues, and I'm not ready to go out again. It's not going to happen.
Amanda, are you sure? Because I would like to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Matt. We will pay for it.
Come on.
I don't think it's going to be a good idea.
Weird. From the recap that you just said, it sounded like a fantastic time. I'm surprised that you're saying no.
Look, that's all that's true. All that's true. And good news is, that the worst it could go with me is that. That's the bottom. And that's
Wait a minute.
Not a normal bottom.
I'm sorry, I can't let you finish. If that's the first date, how is this the worst that it's going to be? It's supposed to be the very best ever.
Oh, but it's all uphill from here, Amanda.
Siding with him. I don't understand this.
Stuff happens, bro.
Whatever. If a girl crapped her pants on a date, none of you would ever talk to her again.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would. I absolutely would. I'd feel so much more comfortable if a girl crapped her pants or burped or did anything gross. I'd be like, that's
Well,
awesome.
you would. You would, because that's your thing.
It was just one time.
All right, well, so Amanda, no, you don't want to go out with him again.
It's not going to happen. I will use it as an example of what not to do for the rest of my life.
おめえらチャンネル登録せえや。